Morning everyone. So apologies for yesterday. Part 3 is now going to continue, as it was meant to be a longer reading than it was, and memory space conveniently got blocked on my phone. We know we've still got hackers, we know our internet's being hacked, and problems started yesterday. So I'm continuing with the reading and where I left off yesterday. After I gave up trying to finish my reading, I finished pulling the cards on what I spotted. So I will continue this reading. So we'll go back to the card yesterday of Padma Sundari, which is out of the darkness, the light is born. The light is powerful enough to survive exposure to the darker side of humanity and remain pure, empowered and effective. Trust in your spiritual purpose as a light in this world. Trust particularly in your ability to bring purity, order and grace and light to disorder, chaos and destruction. The divine is ever by your side and ever within your heart, assisting you with this higher purpose in all ways. Now, bearing in mind, I created the documents, and all the work I've done my whole life has been from a pure heart of grace, of light, bringing healing to those in need. And I've been doing that an entire lifetime now. There were those that were meant to destroy me, were sent to destroy me. You do realise they put me through a chemical menopause for bowel cancer. And then look at the reasons some people wanted me to have miscarriages from a medical condition. I already saw it a long time ago. Been trying to voice it for a very, very long time in England now. Okay. So, those that sent to destroy me, and they put dark magic on my animals again this morning for voicing the truth. If it continues, I will bring down this dark magic coven single-handedly if I have to. It's enough harming my children, animals, my relationships, my finances, my career, my weaknesses. They were targeting my weaknesses, I do know. That's why I found my strength the last 4 years, thanks to many out there who stepped in to help me when they saw I was in need at the time myself. And I can't thank you enough for that, but this dark magic coven has got to stop now trying to destroy me. It's not acceptable. Okay, so this is for a collective. We are continuing this reading yesterday. And yes, they are going along tarot readers to find out when I'm pregnant, claiming to be me, in order to cause miscarriages, because someone out there didn't want me to have a baby or my husband. So they went to great lengths to prevent that, okay? Hard to forgive that one. And it's a tough one to forgive, and that's going to be a process of forgiveness in bits. And I'm working on that, okay? But someone out there really didn't want us to have children. That's why they put me through a chemical menopause for bowel cancer. Now have a think of what kind of torture I've lived through these last, oh goodness, most of my life. And yes, I'm in terrible pain in my womb this morning. 2 months. I always get to 2 months pregnancy and something happens to cause stress and miscarriage. So thanks for that, okay? There'll be a consequence to that. That one needs to stop. All issues, and I have evidence in the medical industry that I do suffer with a medical condition that brings on miscarriages with stress. So they go along the tarot community, wait to hear when I'm pregnant, pretending to be me, to then cause miscarriages. You lot All issues can be healed through unlimited resource and creative resourcefulness of the divine. You are destined to be part of a creative solution for issues you have in your life that exist in a world and touches your heart. A problem only exists so that divine genius can resolve it. Struggles are sometimes the best way for us to learn something we need to understand for our life journey. Trust that when you ask for help, even apparently impossible situations can be turned around. With willing human engagement and divine grace, there is more than enough light, healing and creative innovation, wisdom and energy available to keep Mother Earth and all her creatures, including humanity, thriving. Never give up hope and trust in what is possible, not your willingness to act upon that hope and trust. The Divine Mother in the form of Padma Sundari is the bright face of the feminine. She is Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, beauty, love and spiritual enlightenment. Padma Sundari is the lotus of divine love, the arising of abundance and enlightenment, especially out of difficult, muddy beginnings. As ancient symbols for spiritual enlightenment, the lotus rests pure on the muddy waters for that which is grown. Lakshmi's divine lotus flowers remind us that the spiritual light needs material form through which it can manifest itself in the world, as if it were divine electricity needing the lamp and the soul through which to gift the gift of illumination. With the lamp, the electricity cannot manifest its power, and without electricity, the lamp cannot fulfill its true purpose. When the oracle of Padma Sundari appears, her message is that you are able to do a lot of good in this world. The Divine Mother will assist you with your purpose so that you succeed, but you must take action and trust that sometimes it is through challenges that we become ready to receive grace. Allow the light of spirit into your soul so that you never again feel that you are doing anything on your own. Regularly remind yourself that you have the divine sponsor, guide and coach and partner and friend with you always. That friend has unlimited resources and the most potent will of all. Notice how your confidence to take action increases when you build the belief system within you, how much more secure, courageous and willing you become. So the next card, hearing the truth. And look, the dove of peace. No, I'm not happy this morning for what's been created. The death of babies is not excusable. The harvesting of organs, and I take it they harvested part of my intestines and my stomach too, as well as my babies. There is a deeper truth that shall bring peace over your heart, offering you guidance, comfort and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interrupt, influence or distance your personal, strong, trusting relationship with the divine. Allow spirit to be your highest... I can't read that, hang on, I've got to put my glasses back on, sorry. I'm not very happy about this morning, believe you me. That's why it's under investigation, because I keep murdering my babies. And harming my animals and children. That is a no. There is a deeper truth to bring you peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interrupt, influence or distort your personal, trusting relationship with the divine. Allow spirit to be your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. You shall know that the words to speak and the conscious to hold to evoke healing and set things right. Listen for deep within. Truth is known. Focus on what you know to be true by tuning into what you feel and not focusing on appearances or opinions of others. I never focus on appearances and opinions of others. I always focus on divine truth and the way it feels, the way the energy feels surrounding what someone's saying or doing. The voice of spirit is deep within you. Anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune into that inner voice for peace, comfort and clarity. It takes courage to turn within, rather than put your faith in the people and things of this world. But you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has been spoken. Trust that you can hear it. I only ever speak my truth. Nothing more, nothing less, okay? We all do. Well, some of us do anyway. I've always been truthful. The languages of the first peoples of Australia. The Dadari is a spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. The listening goes beyond spoken words. It is perhaps the way that the shaman hears with the soul. I hear through soul. I feel through soul. It's a soul shamanic energy. What's up, Dub-Dubs? Good boy. Reflective and respectful listening is the healing method in modern psychology too. I personally studied psychology of the mind. Obviously in care training too. Okay. Deep listening opens up to truth without words and their logical meaning. It is the way the soul hears in deeper ways beyond words. The heart is capable of recognizing what is needed and realizing healing outcomes through care and presence. When you listen with your heart, you have an intuitive ability to recognize the truths of the spirit. Deep listening is a tool for the shamanic soul. It is the ability to hear not only human words, but more subtle and profound meaning, the languages of animals and plants, and the communication from the spirit dimensions of stars, planets, ancestors, and spiritual guardians. The shamanic soul recognizes that the entire universe is singing a love song that can be comprehended by an awakened heart. Everything I do, I feel through my heart space. A lifetime there. Some people out there were lying about me in the tarot community of all things. I despair sometimes. Through the power of the inner experiences, the shaman can create spiritual wisdom from the community, bringing balance and unity between spirit and earth. As one who holds shamanic potential, part of your soul journey is to seek out deeper meaning. Never assume that the whole truth is revealed in what is said. See? Just because I don't publicly say it doesn't mean that things aren't going on behind closed doors. And I've long had a difficulty with pregnancy through my DNA. Rhesus negative blood. That your body's filled with extra white blood cells, and it sees foreign pregnancies as a foreign body and kills it off. And I've had that for a very long time. I nearly lost my children that way too. Okay, my 2 life children. My son, I went to early labour, so I've been through enough, I've seen through enough, I've lived through enough life experience as I've been stepping in, helping others now for a very, very long time on these subjects. Okay, I have extra white blood cells in my body that sees anything that in my body as a foreign body and turfs it out. Even nose piercings have been fired out before now. So, and earrings as well. I have to re-pierce my ears because they heal over. So, those that were saying I was delulu, go do your shadow work again. I have a medical condition connected to my DNA. And as they know, rhesus negative is not of this earth. It's a very rare blood type. Could be why they were sabotaging me. Deep listening is a tool for the shamanic soul. It is the ability to hear not only human words, but more subtle and profound meanings, the languages of animals and plants, and communications from the spirit dimensions, stars, planets, ancestors, and spiritual guardians. The shamanic soul recognizes that the entire universe is singing a love song that can be comprehended by an awakened heart. Through the power of the inner experiences, the shaman can create wisdom for the community, bringing balance and unity between spirit and earth. And also, one holds shamanic potential. Part of your soul journey is to seek out deeper meaning. Never assume that the whole truth is revealed in what is said. Instead, listen carefully to the truth of what is being said, but is communicated in other ways. Others will naturally be drawn to you for counsel, so ensure that loving wisdom is the source through which your guidance is gleaned. The shamanic path involves many masteries over extremes. The shamanic soul may progress through energetic highs followed by crushing fatigue, feeling taxed beyond mental and physical limits, near-death experience, which I had during the birth of my daughter. I did actually die. A very tough upbringing in life. A symbolic death of the personality, and then they did a death of my bowel cancer. I believe Freemasons did do a funeral. I'm still here. Life insurance policy needs looking at seriously. They created a life insurance policy. They really wanted to cash in on me and off me. That's why all my posts went missing. Not my husband's, just mine and my children's. A symbol death of the personality, a profound challenge of the body or mind, or a period of spiritual darkness that eventually leads to the healing rebirth. Such challenges are a form of initiation that teach the soul to consciously contain and channel energy, to exercise will instead of being tossed about by the forces of the world. It takes time, but eventually the soul learns to live from a place of inner balance and spiritual grounding. The shaman is empowered to guide others through what they've been mastered, moderating and continuing what is required for healing. Thus, balance is evoked in the lives of those they touch. Shamanic soul training happens through life experiences. I have much life experiences on these subjects. In particular, that's why I create the documents. Not only care trained qualified, but holistic healthcare. And I did actually find my shamanic book, which my family bought me last Christmas. The Healer's Manual. Okay? That's why I'm going this, I'm recommending, by the way, the Herbal Bible. Okay? Shamanic healing. Connected to a past life of mine when I was in Native American culture. I've had many past lives all around the world. That's what you don't realise. That I remember. And every lifetime I've been a medium or a healer. And this lifetime is no different. Okay. Where was I? Altered states can include intuition, visions, hearing messages from spirit, and an ability to recognize and interpret signs of a higher guidance. These experiences are preparation for managing forces that are not visible to most, yet have a palpable effect in the mind and healers and hearts of many souls. Yet altered states fulfill their intended purpose when they bring about healing. When it is right time for you, Spirit will bring you necessary guides and teachers in the spiritual and the physical worlds, so that you can learn how to safely enter into and ground out an expanded state of awareness. This learning will increase your ability to hear and channel healing and inspired guidance. Trust that your heart will recognize your true teachers, who have not always claimed to be your true teachers, as in educational, your mediums and healers, life school teachers, which is what we are. I was a trained in teacher training as well, when the kids were growing up. I went from all angles, okay, to save as many as I could, people and planet. And I've been literally doing this my whole life. And I'm not a know-it-all. I know which Piscean said that. Okay, she was sent in via my husband's profiles to sabotage. Who are not always claiming to be your true teachers, as you fully participate in the unfolding journey with trust. Okay, so in order to achieve peace of the mind, if you look, the Dove of Peace is over the mind. Go within your healing journey. You have to put the work in. Okay. And I've been putting the work in to creating a healthcare system for everybody that's meant to benefit people and planet a lifetime. It's not there to benefit the corrupt. If you got corrupted, go heal yourself some more. Number 27, Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. What happened to me was just cool. Plain evil. They expect no less from dark energy workers. Immeasurable power of the heart way. The heart has the power to heal in a way that the mind cannot understand. Do not allow your mind to distract or frighten you. You're a beautiful child of the universe, and divine love lives within your heart. A willing heart is all you need to transform any situation that is troubling you. Recognizing this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but peace and joy, lightness of heart, and a relief of mind are here for you now. The divine within your heart has the power to transform a situation that is troubling you. Do not be intimidated or think it is too much for you or for spirit to handle. Do not allow yourself to intellectualize or analyze a situation to the point of feeling confused or paralyzed. Any and all issues have plagued you or a loved one can and will be healed through the heart. Heart space healing is what I focus on. And the only way you can heal within yourself is through your heart space. Okay, and then you send it outwardly. It's what we need to do for the planet. The color green is the heart space chakra of the earth. Okay, so when we work from the heart space within, we send it outwardly to heal others. And they're the planet too. Same applies for people, you know, as same applies as for people, as for planet, and vice versa. You can heal the planet, you can heal the people. If you can heal the people, you can heal the planet. It's that eternal sign. That eternity symbol. Okay. Divine truth. claiming they were me when they're not. There were several actually. So I spotted a few actually claiming to be fairy dust. It's my registered business name since 2013. No one owns the rights to that name but me. Okay. It has been a registered business. So, let your heart space heal. That big old heart space here. See? Immeasurable power of the heart way. You can achieve anything as long as you live from a pure heart. Everything I created, designed and aided people with is out of a pure heart space. It's always been out of a pure heart space. And if it's, you know, if I faced hurt from the heart space, I've taken the time out to heal it. And I'm still in the process of doing that because obviously, again, wound problems. And it hurts every time it happens. It breaks our hearts. There's only so much of it we can take before I need to press charges on it. Okay? It's cruel. Sick, evil, twisted and cruel. To want to harm somebody's unborn children. I've had this a long while now. Says my husband. In previous relationship too. He forced abortion on him. Cruel. Evil, twisted, against his human rights, against his disability rights, also against mine. So it needs to stop. It is under police investigation, like we said. Put me through a chemical menopause for bowel cancer was pretty evil in itself. So we heal it all through the heart space. And send it outwardly to other mums suffering. That's why downstairs I've got an altar for the maternity scandal survivors that I've been working on for the last 25 years. During the birth of my daughter was not the first pregnancy of mine. Car accident back in 99, Christmas 99 was the first one. That's why this time of year, I'm always sad. I suffer with seasonal depression. And there's nothing wrong with that through memories of car accident, miscarriage, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. I'm a Mother Earthly person. As my kids nickname me Gaia. I'm connected to the earth intrinsically at all times, through the ley lines. And when I can feel the hurt of one, when I can feel it within myself, I feel it within others. So I have an altar downstairs to help heal the survivors of the maternity scandal. Because many have faced the injustices that I have, and that's not right. I'm focusing on the solutions, as I have done for 25 years. Being birthing partner to not just animals, adults, humans, children. Well, my daughter, I was her birthing partner as she had to have an abortion through something, you know, something similar that I have. And why I have necklaces my daughter bought me about childcare, you know, child loss. But my first child, Aaron, he'd be about 25 now. So I've been working a long time on aiding people heal from maternity difficulties and baby loss. So I have an altar downstairs for healing with the angelic realm on baby loss. It's above my fireplace. It's my altar of healing for maternity scandal survivors. And they keep doing it. That's why it's under investigation this time. Clan of the Wolf Heart. We are the ones we've been waiting for. 14. I help survivors of the maternity scandal heal. We take our sorrows as healers and we send it outwards and help others along the journey of life. I've been doing that most of my life, especially in disability and healthcare of the mind, and maternity loss, birthing errors. Okay. Tracking down paedophiles and sex traffickers globally. Something I'm equally good at as a psychic detective. Stamping out dark energy along the way. I'm not a know-it-all, I'm highly experienced in my work. Okay? It's there for the benefit of many. It's not benefit, you know, it's not there to benefit corruption. It's there to benefit people and planet. It always has been. That was the total design, created out of a pure heart. So if it got corrupted, the angelic realm rips it back off. It's not, you know, that is it. Be all and end all to it. It has to be created out of a pure heart space. You know, most of us healers go into the care industry, and the nursing industry, and the healing industry, hospitals. Every time I go in the hospital, I place Reiki around everywhere for all the maternity scandal survivors and those in need. Do it out of kind heart, empathy and compassion, pure heart. And half the time people aren't aware of it. I just do it because it's the right thing to do and the kind thing to do. You belong with the wolf-hearted. This is the soul collective with boundaries beyond bloodlines and geography. It is based on a soul connection to love's wisdom and higher truths of the divine. The collective in union through wolf medicine of the heart. These qualities of the divine femininity unify, allowing for a palpable experience of oneness that brings power to our collective wisdom and purpose. Reach out for help from others whilst you honour and respect your individuality and your unique life journey. Balance social time with taking care of yourself, including your need for solitude, so you can hear your inner truths and renew yourself. Anger can be a sign from the soul, a sacred gift that asks you to deal with the situation, bring about something different and more empowering. Use your anger as a sacred gift with compassion and clear purpose. Fight with the whole of your heart when you need to safeguard what truly matters. Be open to greater guiding wisdom so that you know how to be merciful and when to cut something off completely. Believe in the power of your inner voice and do not silence yourself or allow others to silence you. Now I've been silenced for one too many years. So, anger, like I said, and like I've said to many, when we're grieving, we go through stages of grieving. We go through sadness. We go through anger of the person passing, or depending on the nature of how they've passed. You take that anger and you fuel it into creating something positive, like I did when I realised the extent of the corruption we were seeing from the pandemic onwards. And before that, for many years, decades, centuries, you name it, we've seen it. Past life sacred remembrance. It makes you cross. Now it's okay to feel cross, okay? You're allowed to be cross. If you're grieving, you're allowed to be angry. Take that anger though and turn it into something good. That's what I always do. Yeah, I have a diagnosis of PTSD and I even have the reversal process for that. So I say I've got a design that redesigns an entire healthcare system with less pharmaceuticals, more natural healing. more natural healing of the body, mind and soul. Yeah, the reversal process of PTSD involves, and most people who have been to war end up with PTSD. Well, the spiritual war that I've been through, it's been ongoing for a very long time. So I got diagnosed with it when my kids were little. And the spiritual war creates trauma wounds, which then impact your body. It's the development of cancer in my bowel. Yeah, trauma wounds that turned physical. And I didn't always have the time to heal it and cleanse it out back then. Taking care of so many. That's what people don't realise. I was taking care of a lot of families that weren't being heard or seen correctly. Okay. And friends. Yeah, they would lie. Like I said. They would lie. Because half of them aren't diagnosed with what they should be. You know? One of my bestest female friends is autistic. She wasn't diagnosed, but her children and grandchildren were. Or should have been, rather. Her children, but her grandchildren were. Thanks to me helping. Thanks to me being there for them. But, you know, of course they'd lie. We've got some that were dark magic casting on me. Another Piscean, well, Aquarius Piscean. She was a dark magic caster. There was an Aquarius around me that I had to say goodbye to that was a narcissist and a dark magic caster. People in my children's lives I picked up on when they were casting dark magic. Never mind a hello, it's stop playing with things you don't understand. Because there's a consequence to it. You know? I've always said that. So, trust in your higher truth. If you're angry, it's for a reason. It's because something's happened of injustice. And that, you know, when I realised the extent of how much I'd been abused for most of my life, I got angry. I was allowed to. You know, when you realise that you get abused by those you don't expect to be abused by, people you trust, love, it makes you cross, and that's perfectly okay. But don't sit in it too long. Transmute it out, turn it into something good. In my case, I flipped it on its head and went, hang on a minute, if we've got all these ways that I've been abused most of my life, and I've been helping others heal from that, who've been through similar things that I have, because I know what it was like. I know how it felt like to be abused. The flip of the head is, or the flip of the coin is, I know how to heal it out. I've been doing that for 25 years, so take that anger. If you're still grieving or suffering, or your mind is angry about things, heal it out. Forgive yourself first and foremost, like I said yesterday, for going through the things that you went through. Transmute it out. Us healers know how to do that. We'll put on our meditation. We'll sit in our heart space, and we'll allow that energy to flow through our bodies. And then we could cleanse it out in the shower, you know, while putting on incense, sage, Palo Santo, cleansing out any negative energy, because when someone's hurting or grieving, it lowers their energy vibration. That's why someone took an opportunity to attack me while my energy had been lowered through the deaths of many in my family, through cancers mainly, you know. And I felt awful, because I stepped in to even help them too. And some followed my routes that I went. Unfortunately, aging immune system was against them. But did it go with my care methods? Family members that passed away to cancers. But that's why I create the business and the novel in their memory. There's a way of remembering them as people. So it's okay to be angry at times. With autism and meltdown states, when someone's verbalizing something and they can't get out what they need to get out, meltdown, anger. Yeah, like I taught my kids, punch a pillow, not a person. And I've always said that. You know, one of my children got it, well, the other one didn't. Get into fights at work. And she get told off for it every time too, by a mother. And saying, don't do that. Because of granddad. One punch and they're in hospital. That's why I've never punched anyone. I've never used, I was taught by boxers, but I've never used my fists as a weapon. Never used my words as a weapon either. I've been truthful. And some people can't handle the truth. Yeah. So, take that anger. Transmute it out. Heal it. Sit in your heart space. Feel from your heart what hurts. And heal it out. Forgive yourself, first and foremost. Love yourself. Give yourself so much love. Yeah? That's a key point to healing trauma wounds. Self-love. It's so important. Trauma wounds require self-love, giving to yourself. I've spent so long giving to others, and I got to a point where I realised I'd stopped giving to myself. So I took a step back from everybody, especially during my bowel cancer. And I went, right, I've got to work on healing myself. It's important to stay alive right now. Unfortunately, a lot of people around me didn't get it, and they all got angry with me, you know, because I'm the go-to person, the glue to my family. When the glue to my family steps back, as in me, the family fell apart. Yeah, and that's what had happened. So I had to heal out and transmute wounds that I was picking everybody up from, catching the shortfall essentially in the NHS. That's what I was doing for most of my life, catching the shortfall in the NHS, where people weren't being heard correctly. Healing it, helping them, guiding them through it, because I knew what it felt like. I knew what not being heard correctly felt like. And so I decided to create a way of helping people where I could. Obviously, some didn't appreciate it and used to abuse me and disappeared. When I needed help, no one. Apart from those online, thank you. I still appreciate all the help you lot have given. I really appreciate it, because I literally had no one here. I was catching the shortfall. But when I needed people there for me, especially from people I trusted and loved, nowhere to be seen. So, thank you again. Those that helped me heal at a time I needed it most, who caught my back and have my back. I do thank you all for that. To those that didn't have my back, well, I pulled the swords out and I healed myself. I healed my spinal wounds. That's why I've got a reversal process for degenerative disc disease. You know, natural healing. Because I was diagnosed with that after spinal went wrong with the birth of my daughter. And I was diagnosed, I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I was 50. From a birthing error in my spine. Because it crunched the bone. It went through the liquid and crunched the bone. And I was 30. So the reversal process involved me healing those that stabbed me in the back. Yeah. And at the moment I'm getting spinal pain and hip pain like I used to. because there's still a couple of people still stabbing me in the back, and that's being dealt with currently. But also winter and bone pain and having psoriatic arthritis impacts bone structure, and what I have is kind of like a cousin of osteoporosis, brittle bone. So, you know, at one point I literally stub my toe and break my toes. So the reversal process involves healing the wounds of trauma that appear in your body in relation to an emotional wound. That's the thing. Look in your body. There is a chart about healing wounds and where the wounds are in relation to the spiritual wound, let's say, or the family around you wound, the trauma wound. You know, not all our family is good for us. And it is perfectly okay to walk away from family that aren't good for us. I had to do it too, you know, and it's okay to do that if they repeatedly hurt you. It's okay to do that. But with trauma wounds, if left long enough to fester, they turn into physical disabilities or ailments. So the reversal process is relying on finding that process. With brittle bone and psoriatic arthritis, which is what I have. If you look, my hands aren't too great at the moment. There's picking and bubbling up, and you know, because I'm allergic to dust, I have dust allergy, you know, and I shouldn't touch anything with dust on it, but I have to put my gloves on. I soak my hands in cream, and you know, and it bleeds and it's really sore. That runs in my family. So working on that reversal process of psoriatic arthritis, you know, my daughter's got it too. So I'm working on the reversal processes to a lot of health conditions. I've found a lot. And even found a reversal process for Alzheimer's. Working in my residential care with 100% mark on what should have been an MVQ2, but they didn't put it in because of apparently lack of funding. So, you know, I'm just a quick learner. So the reversal process, holistic healing, involves reversing the wounds with the spine and where my spinal epidural and spinal blocks, because I had about 4 epidurals in the spinal block that went wrong, left me with a physical disability of the spine. Yeah. And I created a reversal process for degenerative disc, but I still have the reversal process for psoriatic arthritis. The cures that we can add into a better healthcare system that doesn't involve so much pharmaceutical industry. Yes, the pharmaceutical industry is not going to like it, but they were profiteering off the healers all along anyway, as we said. The pharmaceutical industry has only been around for a few hundred years, and remember, they're the ones that created heroin, put it out on the streets, and they got coppers to arrest people for being addicts. That makes sense, does it? Yet natural healing, plant life healing, you know, such as lavender, rose, herb gardens. You know, some people think that's cuckoo crazy. Go to your research and history. People laugh, you know. A lot of healers will be nodding and laughing too on this one because it's true. You know, we're seen as the crazy kooks. The reality is we've got our heads screwed on and we know what we're doing. We're not daft. We know how to heal and reverse the processes of many ailments. And what I'm going to be doing, not just, you know, as my healthcare methods were backed up by the NHS, who said, actually, yeah, you're right. Less pharmaceuticals, more natural healing. Even the boss, one of the bosses of the NHS, even his wife turned to holistic healing in London, you know, for her ailments. So like I was told, keep doing what we're doing and we'll add it to the NHS. But what I want to do is all healers on board, expand it out globally. That's what my plan was and still is. I'm giving up on that. No one's made me give up on that a day in my life. So I don't know where that's coming from. Because I've been doing this a lifetime, helping people heal from trauma. You know, in ways I wasn't, you know, when I was a child, yes, bad things happened to me. But the flip side is I became a person I needed in my childhood. Because I knew how it felt to be on my own. So I'd step in and help others because I didn't want them feeling the same way. Knowing how it feels. You know, to be on your own and not heard correctly and things like that. So, trust in the truth of who you are. Healers are more resourceful, more powerful than people realize. It's not about the power, but in a way, it is, because healers are downplayed throughout society, throughout history. Trial by fire, you know, burnt at the stake, if you like. The healers are always burnt at the stake because they learn how to heal themselves. I'm a self-healer, even self-healing my PTSD, even self-healed depression. My children were born, I ended up with postnatal depression. I got attacked for that. That's a natural chemical thing. You know, a natural chemical imbalance of the mind after birth. Because it can take 6 months for your hormones to come back to normal, be it a live birth. Sorry, my cat gave birth too. I've got babies everywhere at the moment. So I'm not online much either. One got their head stuck this morning, so just listening a minute if I have to pause this and disappear again. You can always tell the animals, you know, like with a child, you can always tell the type of cry with a child. You can do the same with an animal. Settled again. There are babies everywhere. So, you know, which they're going to good homes, and most of my animals go to homes of disability as animals that can, you know, help provide comfort. So, no, I'm not an animal father or anything like that. I can't bear stuff like that. It's just sick. I don't ever charge much for my animals. I usually give them free to a good home, as long as they're a good home, and I have to vet them thoroughly first. But a lot of my animals go to farmers, you know, with cats. They go, you know, catching rats on farms, or, you know, my dogs will go to disability. So I help out wherever I can. That's just my nature. I don't know how to be anything else, but I'd love to know how to be cruel. I would, because I've never been anything else but kind and considerate, compassionate, energy sensitive, medium and healer. That's why most of us go into the care industry, with the ability to want to care. Now, I was taught in training, take your heart out of care work. No, the foundation of care work should be, imagine that person is a family or relative. How would you want them to be treated? That's all I did. So, we have many healthcare solutions, more than people even realise, more than I wrote in, because I needed to know that it's going to be taken seriously, and also because we've got a lot of corruption to weed out first before we can continue the next stage globally. And then putting it out globally. Sharing it with healers that want to learn how to heal all these ailments within people so they can do the same around the planet. You know, the next stage of my business. Yeah? which I've been doing naturally in a whole lifetime. That's the thing, some people are getting jealous of that. And I suddenly realised, why are they getting jealous when I'm going to be sharing it out to other healers anyway, that want to help heal holistic naturally through epigenetics, as someone lovely out there said. And yes, be careful, someone's stalking you, you know, attached to my husband. It's not a good person, okay, who's under police investigation. So be careful. But sending out a wave of healing in ways people have never realised. That's why the UN essentially backed up my work. But if governments corrupt it, it won't work, because it belongs in the hands of the healers. I just needed it verified, because I'm still going to do it regardless. It's my work, my life's work. I own the right to that, you know? It's my hard work. But I can share it with others to inspire, create a better planet of healing for many. Naturally, natural healing. It's there to benefit all. It's not there to benefit the corrupt, okay? Natural healing, less pharmaceutical industry. And that is what I base a lot of my reversal processes of healing out of. And I've been helping people with that a long time. And less chemical. And by the way, the woman that was tagging me the most, the Cancerian in the negative, she has a whole mixed bags of tablets. You know? Probably takes 50, 60 tablets a day. It's not good for her mind. No one's spotting that one either, are they? So, encouraging natural healing in many. Okay, and that's how we move forward with humanity. If we can heal humanity, we can expand that out to the planet. The planetary healing is far simpler. Stop the missile launches that are causing earthquakes, tsunamis and volcanoes, for one. The drones, by the way, are a mixture of man-made, and I'm more than sure that, just like in World War II, they used submarines to spy on each other. These drones may be waterproof, so they're going under the oceans, around the world, and up and out. Some of them are man-made, yes, I agree, but some are actually UFOs. Yeah, so be discerning and know which is which. And why on earth are they using spy stuff like the Second World War? This just reminds me of the Cold War, the Second World War, stuff like that. My dad nearly got called up in as a pilot, by the way, in the 80s, when there was a threat of nuclear war then. My dad got the letter that he was going to be a pilot in, you know, potentially that war, a nuclear war last in the 80s. That's how come I spotted it was about to happen again. I had a premonition it was going to happen again. So of course I had to do the right thing and voice it in, and it was confirmed. The look on our Prime Minister's eyes at the time, as we were heading into the pandemic, said it all. Someone had his job over the short and curlies. They look petrified, you know. So, chemical warfare we saw in the 90s in anthrax. That's how I spotted chemical warfare again with COVID. And it was a chemical warfare. No two ways around it. You know? So, holistic combination healthcare healing is literally trained healing practices mixed in with holistics. Yeah? And I took training in every level I could to see where the problems were in order to find the best solutions and bring about reversal processes for many ailments. You know, sound wave healing is now used in hospitals and maternity wards. As mums, pregnant mums, we all did it. We all put tunes on for our babies to listen to in the womb. We all did that when our kids were in our tummies in the womb. I did with my kids. My kids listened to Mozart, 50s music my daughter loved. She wouldn't go to sleep without it. And different things like that. Sound wave healing helps with womb care, and it also helps with birthing afterwards, you know. And even when they were babies, I put soft Reiki music on, or, you know, sound wave healing music, and it settled them down. My son was more movement based. He wouldn't go to sleep without going for a drive in my first husband's car, my biological children's car. I don't drive, and neither does my husband, so very environmentally friendly. So trust in your divine purpose. And if you want to join on board with this, I'll teach you all. Like I said, I'm giving you hints and tips now on what it's about. Holistic combination healthcare that was backed up by the NHS and said, well, yeah, it does work. Let's do this. So, before I wrote the documents, by the way, the non-corrupt NHS. Remember, the NHS got corrupted by those that were paying their way to turn a blind eye to problems. Also, what I had to voice forward. And as a matter of urgency for our nation. So, and I didn't fool a nation. Okay, I spoke the truth. So, beware of some tarot readers lying about me. Right, Angelic 31. Divine might foretold. The mighty deer, stag, which is one of my coat of arms emblems, the stag. Okay, from one of my ladyship titles. I have several coats of arms. We have an Irish coat of arms, a Scottish coat of arms, which is the stag, my ladyship title. And divine might foretold, El-Haz. The stag is also a representative of strength, virility, courage. If you notice, even the stag's got a third eye open. This is about what we represent as people. Angelic 31. I'm not going to talk as much today because I've got so much to do here. But I thought I've got to get this reading finished. Okay, we're already, oh, 10333. There you go. So, you know what is correct. You understand that any gain which comes from denying your values and compromising yourself creates a loss of soul. Yeah, I refuse to compromise myself. I've done that too many times in the past. I'm not doing it anymore. I won't compromise myself for other people's selfishness or greed. I won't. Or corruption. There are times when it may seem as through people who act without integrity are obtaining benefit without adverse repercussions. Life can seem unfair if you limit yourself to a strictly human perspective. Yet nothing escapes the attention of the spiritual worlds. Restorative action and balancing fairness is always an action at a higher level, according to divine timing and wisdom. Stay true to your integrity, put your faith in divine justice, and you will win in a way that brings benefit to many. Don't let yourself down with behavior or attitudes that are unworthy of you. You have divinity within you and a right to be in the world with dignity, grace, and integrity, whether in a small matter of apparent insignificance to anyone other than yourself, or in the big matters where you feel your soul and perhaps the souls of others are on the line of integrity will be your saving grace. You can be kind of hard, but also firm, as you refuse to allow anyone or anything to convince you that you're lowering your standards of acceptable behavior is warranted. Be in the right relationship with yourself and the divine. Justice will always be done, whether you see it happening or not. Put your faith in the good and true, and you will successfully continue on your path. Others are relying on you to be true to yourself more than you realize. You are strong enough to live with honor and self-respect. Elaz is the Norse rune that brings elk wisdom. This is the sole quality of integrity which places you on the right side of the spiritual laws of the universe. In the Norse tradition, personal luck, grace, power and energy and ability to succeed are known as harminger. This oracle foretells an increase in your harminger and your capacity to impart your spiritual energy to your communities. That's what we're trying to do, work within our communities and expand it outwards to help many all at once. That's what we do. I love it. I wouldn't change me for the world. Not enough tea in China or not enough money in the world to change who I am in terms of being a medium and a healer. That is intrinsically who I'm designed to be at soul level. So enjoy who you are. This is the best part, the new beginning for humanity and the planet. But still the corruption needs weeding out, which is why I had to bring a lot forward for investigation, okay? Not to harm people, literally, because I could see the corruption on every level. You know, we've had lifetimes, centuries of it. We know what's what. Soul and past life remembrance helps us to realize, hang on a minute, we've seen this before, not just in this lifetime or the last lifetime, back to the Second World War, or centuries ago, or thousands of years ago. We've seen all this before. Okay? And the trick is to see through the corruption to the solutions the other side, which is what I did. And I'm expanding it outwards now for many out there, okay? Don't think I was going to keep it all to myself, did you, bananas? Share it with many for the betterment of planet and humanity and kindness. But I have to obviously earn from it because it's my work, it's my life's work. I've never earned from my life's work in my entire life. Did it out of pure heart and kindness. It's who I am. Yes, it can be taken advantage of, as I've realised, and that's where I discern and learn and grow, you know, not let people take advantage of me, which has happened for a long time. But the flip side of that is the spiritual growth that we can send out within ourselves, first and foremost. We all have different soul life lessons, but the lower vibrational individuals will have gone for money first, while the higher vibrational people like myself go for spirituality, healing and soul growth. Yes, I'm an omnist. I believe a lot of religions all have the same connotation and meaning. You know, I don't need to sit in a church to pray and believe in a higher realm. It's within me. It's within us all. But I find it peaceful to go sit in churches. And if you look at the formulation of church windows and, you know, when they were all formed, it's for a reason. So, look carefully, okay? And the Fibonacci sequence is the divine sequence of life itself. Look at the universe, the way that the Milky Way swells, you know, or different aspects of the universe looks in swells. There's nebulous. Look at the eye, yeah? There's some incredible things out there that let us know on this earth that we're not alone. You know, you have to just look, take your time, you'll feel it, you'll be guided to it. The spiritual truths of the universe, it's all there. Just have to look, trust your instincts and guidance along the way. Those who hold spiritual influence will sometimes end up standing apart from others, who may demonstrate less inner strength by refusing to compromise what you know is true. You will be able to uplift those who are ready to go beyond egoic attachment to greed, laziness and boredom. You can bring about a new understanding that's one standard of living about more than the personal ownership of possessions. Now, I was accused of being lazy. Total lie. You know, as many healers will know. You can do a full day's work by doing an hour's meditation in energy. Yeah, the work we do can be perceived as a full-time job as a builder because of the energy it takes to send out healing to many all at once. I'm not lazy. I've never stopped working in my life. Just don't get paid for it. You know? By the time I do, don't you think? And I multitask. I have many ways of helping people based off life experience. I have life experience under my belt. You know? Don't ever accuse me of being lazy, because I'm anything but, okay? Where was I? Your influence is not about encouraging others to make the same choices that you have made for yourself, but to learn how to honour their own integrity and make wise decisions for themselves. That's what I try to do. It's up to the individual to hear it, to listen, walk themselves along their own spiritual path, or path of whatever they need advice for. And I'm good at giving advice. Okay. In this way, you become a spiritual protector and guardian in those communities, helping each individual to grow accordingly to their soul journey. Elk urges us to care a lot to protect each other instead of shoving each other under the bus. And I had quite a few mediums shoving me under the bus while I was healing. I can forgive you for that, okay? I have to. It's not in my nature to hold grudges, although some things are questionable, but I have to forgive. Forgive and let go. Let the universe decide. That's what I do. Okay, I may grumble. My PTSD may go, and then, as soon as I've done that, I had a PTSD moment, and go cleanse myself out and everyone else around me. Because I'm emotionally responsible, spiritually responsible for my own energy I send out. So if I grumble, I literally go healing people afterwards to make sure that I'm not affecting people negatively. Okay? Remember that. Take your spiritual responsibility for your actions. I had to. You know? And, you know, my PTSD is, you think we've all been in spiritual war. Well, war veterans, most of the time, end up with PTSD. I got PTSD diagnosed by the time my kids were about 4. Working on a reversal process, but being continuously pitted into the drama of others that I didn't want to be in. You know? Pitted into competition. I'm not a competition-y person. Okay, maybe on board games, as my spirit guides have gone, no, you are. There's a competition. You are competitive sometimes. On board games, I can clear a Monopoly board. Easy. That's why my family won't play Monopoly with me. I'm a chess champion, you know. I was in a chess club at school. can clear a Monopoly board all right. So I've been trying to convince them, come on, we'll play Monopoly this Christmas. They look at me and went. So, you know, okay, there's a slightly competitive streak in me on board games, not in life. There's a difference. You know, I can be competitive on the board game, whereas my sister will literally have a meltdown and chuck the board across the table. You know, I'm not a sore loser either. My sister is, though. My baby sister is. My brother's just nass at the moment. I won't discuss into that. So, Elk urges us to care for and protect each other. As siblings, we should be protecting each other and having each other's backs. My siblings have always been competitive with me. We urge to be firm about what is just and what is not correct, and also to be merciful and have compassion in our heart, for we are human beings who will stumble. If we are courageous enough to pursue a path of justice and truth, the Divine Father, an aspect which Elk wisdom expresses through justice, nobility and integrity, will support and encourage us. The moment we are moved to harshness, even if we believe in the pursuit of a noble cause, we lose our spiritual footing, compromise our values of mercy and compassion, and undermine our strength of leadership. Quite true. In this advanced spiritual citizenship, we recognize that our empowerment comes from our consciousness. We use our will to uphold that consciousness, not to attempt to dominate another. I cannot bear one person controlling another. I can't bear it. That's inhumane to me. Humanitarian, remember? You know, humanitarian rights like the back of my hand. Trained and learned in it for a reason. We use our will to uphold the consciousness, not to attempt to dominate another, but to evoke a quality of soul that inspires us towards taking their own healing actions. We can, as a saying, isn't there? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't teach it how to drink. It has to learn itself. Yeah. There are days when I bang my head against a brick wall because I can find an answer and see an answer and foresee an answer as a prophetess, but getting that person to do what's right for them is another thing. And you can't, as I was told, you know, if the person does it on repeat, it means it's with intention. If it's once or twice a mistake's a mistake. Changed actions is the apology. But if someone does it on repeat over and over and over and over and over, it's an intention. It's with intention. So remember that, okay? At that point, you have to love yourself more and go, step back a bit, see if they'll do it. That's what I got told in helping somebody very close to me. You know, take a step back, see if they'll do it. If not, you gotta walk away and love yourself for your own safety. Yeah, and that's what I got told. And as hard as it is, I have to do it with my own kids. You know, you want your best for your kids, especially when they're autistic and with learning difficulties, both of them from birthing errors. You want your best for your kids. And, you know, as many of my decent friends and family around me said to them, look, you've got a brilliant mum. Their mates say, wish we had a mum like you've got. You know, and a bunch of falsities out there to confirm to you. When they were saying I was abusing children, that's a lie. Never have. I've had plenty of kids, you know, who I took care of, even on Christmas Day, when kids were turfed out while their parents got drunk and wanted to do their own thing. I took care of them. I brought them in and fed them on Christmas Day because I thought, what parent actually does that to a child? Did my head in. So, those type of children that are now adults went, we wish we had a mum like you, to my kids. One of them got annoyed every time that it was said, but she's now realising that she got to learn from that. And I love her to bits, but my daughter has got some things to learn on that one, and that's her healing journey, not mine. So elk wisdom will at some stage bring us into a testing period during which we feel challenged. We may question or be questioned as to whether we are being realistic or should we adopt the same lower frequency approach as others seem to. Again, high vibrational soul that I am, I've never lowered myself down to other people. Sometimes, like with disability and health of the mind, you simplify to the level of understanding. Yeah, but in terms of my own energy vibration as a healer, I've never lowered my morals or standards, because in care, there should be a high standard of quality of care. And that's been lost over the years. It's also why I had to voice in. Quality of care dropped as the finances in the NHS got embezzled and dropped, And we're all seeing a financing cuts in the NHS, Disability services are absolutely on their knees. That's why I stepped in to help for the last 25 years on the disability and healthcare system. But then again, I was born into a disabled family, so I know what I was looking for when I stepped in to catch a shortfall, and we all do so together as healthcare providers. Sometimes we're not appreciated for it enough, other times we are, and there's a difference. So don't lower your care standards. Your care standards and your morals and your care standards should be set at high. Because when you care for another individual, that should be a high level of care. And if it's not, you have to question the policies, the policy makers, as to why the standard of care dropped in an entire industry, from disability, health of the mind, to the NHS, to policing, ambulance services, great response times in London for ambulance services, but the rest of the country, you ring up for an ambulance and it's 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours. That's why I had to get, I've got family in the fire service. And, when I was saving someone from concussion in town and administering first aid to them, realising they got seriously bad concussion, rang for an ambulance, 9 hours. Just as it happened, a friend of my family walked past and ambulance came, they went and got their car from the fire service and took the individual to hospital for me, knowing full well that person wasn't going to wait 12 hours when they got a serious injury. Care standards in the rest of the country are dropped. Ambulance services may be great in London, and I applaud those in London, because I had to help a homeless person in London when they collapsed under the sun. And I rang an ambulance out and they were there within 2 minutes. The rest of the country, it's a joke, So care standards and ambulance response times needs to meet the needs of the people. No, I saw it from every level, like I said. I don't know it all. I'm just highly trained in care for a reason. First aid trained, nursing trained. That's why before my cancer hit, I was going back to work at the hospital. Missed the mark exam by 1 point in maths. I did maths to degree level. So, I've still got that option, but at the moment I've got a lot of animals I take care of. That, so bear that in mind. The quality of care needs to be a high care standard in the first place. Over the years, decades, it's dropped, till the bottom fell out of it. So, high quality of care produces faster healing times, for instance. And so I wrote all of this. I just, you know, said what needed to be said for the healthcare system to benefit many, you know. So to benefit people and planet and humanity, like I said, that's essentially what I did for a long time. So, as we pass through the initiation of the elk wisdom, we will get to a place where, without any loss of passion for healing outcome we desire, we realize if we are willing to sell our soul to obtain results, and I've never sold my soul, I won't. No to that nonsense. You've got to sell your soul, it means you're corrupt in the first place. I can reverse selling souls. You know, when someone sold their soul to a devil or a demon, most of the time they don't sell themselves to the devils, to the devil itself. They sell them, their souls to demons. They can do a reversal process on that. Takes a lot. I've done it before for somebody else, okay? As we pass through the initiation. At this level of internal spiritual integrity, the divine can rely upon you to be faithful, helper in this world for loving higher purpose. You are trustworthy, a true devotee to wisdom, and the appearance of the Elas foretells a successful and visible soul mission for you this lifetime. We're all here to help everybody. Okay. 5. Circle cross of Tenon. Rare intersection of heaven and earth. Heaven is on earth. Hell is on earth. Those that created corruption will be going to their own purgatory when they pass away. Think of the film What Dreams May Come. You want to look at the reality of heaven on earth and hell on earth, and what the Bible does actually spiritually represent, if you think about it. Hell on earth, when you pass away and someone says you're going to hell, it's of a spiritual meaning. Meaning, if you were corrupt in this lifetime, when you pass away, only you can answer to God or the universe, and only you have to answer to your actions in this lifetime. Those that create evil on people face their own purgatory. Think of the film What Dreams May Come, when Robin Williams' character had to save his wife as she thought she killed their children, and she lived in her own depressive hell, a purgatory. Yeah, that's the reality. That's hell. A person's own making. Heaven can be what you want it to be in the spirit realm, and its spirits are on earth. Hell can also be what you want it to be in the spirit realm, based off your actions in this lifetime. And you will still have to learn as spirit not to do that, to heal it. And then when you're reincarnated and reborn, if you don't recognize what you've done, it goes into your next soul life lessons, debts and credits, if you think of your soul purpose and mission and your, what's the word? What you do in this lifetime. Yeah? Think of it as checks and balances, debts and credits, a balance. Yeah? If you do lots of bad stuff in this lifetime, you're going to earn debt. Yeah? As in spiritual debt. Yeah? Someone sabotaged my finances on purpose. You know? I do know that. So, where I live and how I live is not because I'm a bad person that I've done wrong in my lifetime. No. It's because I've been sabotaged on purpose. Those people will have to face the consequences of that when they sabotage one of the divine souls that are here for people on the planet. There's a consequence. That is a debt. Purposely going out your way to sabotage someone, that is creates a debt. Murdering someone creates a debt. Raping someone creates a debt. stealing, robbing creates a debt. Doing good things out of the kindness of your heart creates credit. See? And then, when you get to the spirit realm, like I said, Anubis weighs your heart. Think about it. And why I nicknamed one of my dogs who looked like Anubis. Anubis, was my nickname for Vinny. Yeah? On the scales of balance, he puts your heart space. And if your heart space is evenly balanced between your light side and your dark side, you go through to the spirit realm of the heavenly side. If it's imbalanced and you're on the dark side and you're in debt in your heart space, there is a consequence. That you look through all spiritualities and you'll find that answer somewhere along the line in their beliefs and deities. Like at the moment, I'm huge in ancient cultures. I've gone back into my love of ancient cultures because there's spiritual teachings in there that we can all help each other on and pass out to men. That's what I do. So, look carefully. Condor, eagle. Oh, I had a raven again in the tree yesterday. Seagulls came in today. That's storms, usually at sea. And the seagulls come inland, storm at sea. So, rare intersection of heaven and earth. Heaven is on earth and heaven can be created what you want it to be. Okay. Your plans and purpose are aligned with your greater cosmic forces. Whether you see it coming or not, things will fall into place, and what you've been working towards will come to fruition. A rare intersection of heaven and earth will result in a precious manifestation of grace. The divine shall correct a situation that's in need of realignment. Fear not, pray boldly, and be faithful. All is well. Your soul is a facilitator of a sacred union between the spiritual realm and the earthly world. Whether you do this as an artist, healer, activist, priestess, shaman, or in some other way, honor your path and your purpose. Take care of yourself and prioritize your spiritual life according to the practices and methods that you help you remain open, connected, and grounded, with your heart open to the divine and moved by love for our earth. You are part of a team of souls working to keep the balance of light on our planet intact, accessible, and vital. Offer yourself to the divine plan without holding anything back, and you know that you shall be helped in countless ways, just as you offer your own will and talent to the sacred purpose of healing in this world. Okay? The protective mother. And that's what we do. We protect and nurture. The inner masculine protects. My goodness, do I protect children and adults, you know? Vulnerable ones. The mother in me, the internal mother, nurtures. Okay? That's where your balance is. Your father and mother within yourself. Balanced and nurtured. Protected and nurtured. Nurture yourself, protect yourself, as you would nurture and protect others, okay? That's how it works. Balance. So, just scanning through if there's anything else. Oh, it's a hawk. There you go. The hawk is typically a solar creature thriving in the light, yet some hawks can hunt by night. You are like the rare lunar hawk, are one who is of light yet can move through the darkness successfully. You have a spiritual light within you to see your way through lies and deception and find the truth you seek. And I am a walking lie detector, BS detector. I can see through it all within seconds. That's what people don't realise about me half the time. That's why I don't say things sometimes, and other times I'll address it. But it doesn't mean to say I still can't see it. I see through lies and BS within seconds. Walking, talking lie detector. So, what you are seeking is meant to be yours by divine right. Keep up the process of growth and inquiry, and it will come to you at the right moment, according to your spiritual higher laws, through the operation of spiritual grace. The priestess, the one who bridges heaven and earth, and we are the bridge between the living and the deceased, dwells within the lunar pyramid of the ancient city of Tetuichan, known as Tinan, with the circle crosses as her guide. She knows when and how to call for divine assistance, as all priestesses do. We all do. Part of her role is to pray for those in her spiritual care, invoking divine love and requesting assistance and grace for all living beings. It is her spiritual responsibility to keep the channels between heaven and earth not only open, but healthy, robust, active and stable. Why? Because she is capable of doing so. We all are, as high priestesses. This is your sacred role also. Pray to the unconditionally loving divine source for all events, for all beings. Take active steps to fulfill your destiny and the living channel for spiritual grace that you're destined to be. Okay? And I'm High Priestess in the upright. Not in the negative. Super High Priestess is someone really did pick up on. So, that's those cards. 1 hour 36. I said I wasn't going to do a long reading, but you can't help yourself, can you? You've got a lot of spiritual knowledge to bring forward to help us many. So, I did pull some love healing cards. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what is right. Okay. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Heart space. Okay. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. There you will find true bliss. I'll cover that over quickly. So, yeah. Sexual union. When you're in union with someone and you are sleeping with the same person again, they accuse me of sleeping with many. False. I slept with the same person for 15 years. And when you're in a sexual union, that can heal. Okay? There are practices to heal, awaken and heal. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Sorry, I should cover that up so people get nitpicky about nip-nips being out. It's a body at the end of the day. Natural. Embrace. Through each other you find your missing pieces. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship that is truly sacred. Imagine all, I'm going to check actually before I show the card. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Okay. And a few soul cards. Double mission. Lightworker starseed. Serve the world by being you. We are all as twin flames and healers on a starseed double mission for people and planet. Okay. Trust it. Jump in. Andromedan energy. Adventure. Say yes to change. Now look, the eye. The eye of the universe. It's what we all need to see. Change within the NHS for the better. Change for people, change for planet, for the better of humanity and planet. We are all saying yes to change, where people and planet don't suffer any longer. The eye of the universe sees all. The eye in the sky, as they say. It's your third eye. There is one in the universe. That's why we pray upwards to the universe and wait for the answers to come downwards. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out and find common ground. Yeah, that's what we're here for. To find the common ground to help as many as we can. Suffer less. That's what we're here for. Yeah, look at the tiny little earth on a perspective outwards. Look around it. Most of that space debris around it nowadays, and asteroids and satellites. Perspective. None of the amateur dramatic society, called dramatics of others and gossip. The amateur dramatic society. Less of the amateur dramatic society and gossip and slander and lies and nonsense from others, and more seeing things from a better perspective. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Those, you know, those that don't know how to ground yourself, go take your shoes off, go walk on the grass. You ground yourself too by placing your hands in water. You haven't got access to grass or outside world, and you live in an apartment building, fill your bowl with water, salt and oil and rub your hands. Brings together a grounding. Go shower, cleanse out your energy. Like we said, there's many ways to cleanse out your energy. Ground yourself. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you, just as it does within us all. The answers to the universe is within ourselves. Just have to find that key to untapping it, okay? Trust in the universe. 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life being expressive. Not just hills in Shropshire, as we've got hills in Shropshire and, you know, across the hills called the 7 Sisters. I used to love travelling on them as a child, up and down on a car. My family would drive fast up and make your tummy go up and down, make me laugh. Same as roundabouts. I loved roundabouts, going round and round and round. Made me laugh, apparently. So not just the 7 sister hills of Shropshire and Wales. It's actually birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Star family, you're part of a team of souls calling support. Here I am. So, we all support each other. People and planet. We all support each other. We're all here for divine purpose, calling each other in to bring a bigger network of healers. That's what I'm trying to bring forward right now. If you've got to cause separation between the healers, go think, go do your shadow work, go heal. There should be no separation. Governments do that in other cities, cause separation of men. United we stand, as they say. We call in support where we need to. Okay? Trust it. Star family, star seeds, healers. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. That's what I've actually got on the front of my phone. New Earth. Yeah? Bringing forward solutions where we can. New beginnings. To trust it. We survive anything we put through. They tried to kill me, murder me. Made many attempts on that over the decades, I can tell you. I still get back up and go, have you finished yet? The angelic realm saying, no, you can't kill her off. Her work's importance. new solutions. That's why I see now why I died during the birth of my daughter. And my grandfather came through in the spirit realm and went, no, it's not your time yet, young lady. You got important work to do in this lifetime. They said the same over my bowel cancer too, by the way. Then I figure out why. And that's the aha moment. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. As we are the crystalline healers of the crystal kingdom. One of us is the queen of the crystalline kingdom. The healing. Crystal grids, energy grids of the planet. We can do it all. We can. Just gonna take everyone on board. We can save people and planet all at once. That's the great thing. You just have to believe it. Things look bleak, but we are grander, bigger than us. Activate your star bathing. Like I said, moon bathe. As we sunbathe to collect energy up from the sun that replenishes and renews us. When you moonbathe, you replenish the energy of the night. So the day and the night create balance. It's not about casting magic spells in the moonlight, for goodness sakes. How many times they do that to me? Moonbathing cleanses your energy too. Yes, it makes the animals daft. My animals going daft at the moment and acting out where they shouldn't be. But used in the correct way, it's used for energizing your crystals. Full moon. Put your crystals under a full moon to energize them and charge them up. We can also moonbathe and charge up our own energy. The energy between light and dark, the balance, the internal balance. I know I'm not a dark magic caster either. Never have been. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Okay? When you physically heal, you emotionally heal. When you emotionally heal, you physically heal. It all aligns with one another. Okay? That's needed right now for many. A balance of physical and emotional healing. That's what I brought forth. All paths lead home in authority, intuition, turning your gaze within. So when you trust your intuition, you turn your inwards to find the answers to healing yourself and your wounds. I'm just here as an advocate, advisor, and medium and healer. But turn your gaze inwards. Look at your wounds internally that still need healing while you're helping others. Trusting your intuition along the way. Okay? Turn your gaze within. The inner power to know you can heal. My guys are saying there might be some new healers coming up too that might want to partake in learning how to heal holistically. That's what I'm here for, being a teacher. Okay? You'll know when it feels right for you. It'll feel right in your heart space. I'm just going to bring forward, before, because I haven't done any lives on this reading, if I can get them out, my unicorn cards. I've had these since I was about 14. Don't even realise it. 16 came out with it. Overcoming obstacles, soulmates, remote, romance, affection, support and comfort. Okay, so my unicorn cards. I've had these for years. What's the advice of the day? Okay, too many on those, but I'll accept that one. Now it came out sideways. The gateway is open. Are you willing to step into it? So we're on halfway point. Portals. Okay. archways of truth. You came in sideways, so energy portals. Be aware of those a little bit more. Some, it depends what you open a doorway for. I go around shutting dark doorways, by the way, in portals. I do that too. You know, dark energy practitioners tend to open dark doorways and leave them open. Spirit, paranormal investigators do it. They'll, you know, like we caught out a paranormal team on Really TV channel, opening dark doorways. Yeah, I go around closing them down behind them, because when you leave a portal open to a dark doorway, it looses out all sorts of entities if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I always say don't play about with dark energy unless you know what you're doing, and even then don't play about with dark energy. But sometimes as a light worker and starseed, you have to learn about dark energy, and as a paranormal investigator, I throw myself into it and get on with it, you know. And I go and cleanse down dark doorways, finding demons along the way and crossing them over and exorcising them out and sending them back where they came from. And yes, I cross out and cleanse out dark doorways. Okay. Take the time to reflect. See how far you've come. See what needs work. You know, we will have to inner reflect. That's what I've been doing as well the last 4 years. I haven't been sitting there doing nothing. So I was accused of being lazy, utter BS. Okay. I'm anything but. I work hard for a living. Reflect how far you've come. Meditate, heal, cleanse, clear, release. Realize how far you've come and how far you've yet to go. Okay? One more card, please, Spirit. The highest vibrational truth of all. Abundance will flock to you. Anticipate to receive. Okay? Hands up to the universe in abundance, in gratefulness. I'm so grateful every day to my ancestors and spirit guides. Yeah? Living and deceased. Whether they've been good for me or not, I'm grateful. If they've not been good for me, I'm grateful for the lessons learned. If they've been good to me, I'm even more grateful. I've got wonderful people around me. Okay? We are all abundant in our own ways. Because, you know, we may not necessarily be seeing it in the financial thing right now. It doesn't mean to say it won't. My finances got held back on purpose by a few individuals. And that's being rectified, as my guides say. One more. It's in your destiny to stand out from the crowd. We're all here to do. Stand out and be the spiritual leaders that we are meant to be. So, I hope that helps. 15355. So, change again. 55. Change for the better is what needs to be seen globally. And my guides go on repeat on that one. That's why they keep waking me up at 55. I'm the instigator of change for the better, not for the worse. For the better. So I hope that helps you out there, and I will do another reading tomorrow. So this is the end of the part 3 of the healers, soul, twin flames, soul mission, soul guidance, you know, Pisceans, anyone that can resonate, you know, planetarians, humanitarians, conservationists, whether you're in NHS or healthcare or policing or social care, do you want to make a difference? This reading's for you. So I hope that helps. Take care, see you soon.